Good morning, you guys. We are redoing the pots right in front of the aviary today. I'm not doing anything too crazy. I'm just going to go in with some boxwoods, but I think that I need that evergreen structure there. And these two grasses have not quite performed the way that I wanted them to perform. I don't even remember the names of the grasses. I didn't plant them on film or anything like that. They're really pretty. That one is really pretty. That one is super far behind that one, and it's kind of stayed that way the entire growing season. So I'm not exactly sure why, but that's what's happened. So I'm going to take those two grasses out, and I don't really have anywhere for them to go. So I think I'm going to bag them up, and I'll see if one of the neighbors wants them, and if she doesn't want them, then they're just going to go in the compost. So, I mean, they're just an annual grass anyways. We might be able to winter them over, but I'm not exactly sure which ones they are, so I'm not even going to worry about it. But I picked up two boxwoods, oh gosh, I don't know, months and months and months ago. Like, I picked them up. We're going to move really quick. What is going on with this? That's better. I picked them up months and months ago when Janie was coming to my house the first time, and I don't even remember when that was. That was so long ago, it feels like. But they were going to go in front of the shed, and that didn't work out. If you had seen that video, what had happened was we had two large white containers that were there. Brent was painting the containers black because the paint was all chipping off of them. And I had bought a whole array of things. I had bought some super petunias. I had bought, it was the ones that they're actually in front of the shed now. They were in front of the house. It was the brandy, it's not brandy cherry, and I keep wanting to call it brandy cherry. It's like cherry or something like that. Super petunia cherries, some diachondra, and some boxwoods. And I had planned for them to go in front of the shed, and the container, one of them broke. So we scratched that plan, and we put nothing in front of the shed for when Janie came. But I still had the boxwoods, I still had all the plants. So the boxwoods have been sitting in their containers for months now. And now that we're starting to cool down, you guys can see it's windy behind me. The days, like the high is like 80 degrees. It's magical. That is my type of weather, my type of year. So I'm going to get these boxes planted in these containers. They are Winter Gems Boxwoods, and sorry, there was a dove, a big dove. They're Winter Gem Boxwoods, and I'm really excited about them. We have no boxwoods on the property as of now, and I plan to add a lot more. You guys know I'm going for that cottage formal vibe, which it's a term that I'm making up. It's what I want. I want cottage and formal. I want boxwoods. I want hedging, and then I also want that carefree cottage vibe mixed in with the boxwood. So I think it'll be really pretty. I want to get started with the boxwoods though, and I think this might be the perfect spot. You know, the like formal garden bench right there with the cottagey aviary, and then some boxwood structures in terracotta pots. They're not rolled rim. You guys can't really see them that well right now, but they're not rolled rim terracotta pots. They're just, I think they were like $25 terracotta pots. So let me show you guys the boxwoods, and then we'll get started. So the tag for these boxwoods say that they get 3 to 4 feet tall and wide, but on the Monrovia website, it says that Winter Gem Boxwood gets 4 to 6 feet tall and wide, and I feel like that's probably more accurate than the 3 to 6 foot tall and wide. So I'm gonna kind of base it off of that, but honestly, I'm gonna be trimming these boxwoods anyways, so the overall size doesn't matter too much, because like I said, I'm gonna keep them in check. So the plan is to go in here, and they do need a prune. They haven't been trimmed since I bought them, and honestly, they needed it when I did buy them, but I bought them not at the time of year when I should be trimming boxwoods. So this is a pretty good time of year. I'm going to give it another couple weeks, though, because I am seeing a day in the 90s on our forecast, which is crazy because we're going from I'm wearing a sweater and windy and cold and nice weather like this. This is my ideal weather to back to the 90s. So I won't be trimming the boxwoods that I plant today. So they're going to look a little woolly, but I will be trimming them here pretty soon before we get into winter too much. So these are the Boxwoods. I bought them from Home Depot. They were $49. Hold on. They were $27 a piece. And I'm pretty sure that they were on sale when I bought them. So I think that I paid maybe like $20 a piece. So I paid $40 for the two of them, which they're pretty big sized Boxwoods already. So I thought that that was actually not that bad of a deal compared to how like little tiny Boxwoods. I see like little ones that are like in like 4-inch cans, and those will be like I think it's like $12 or $16 or something like that. So I thought that was a really good deal at $26. So got those guys. I got two of them. They're gonna go there. They are hardy zones 5 through 9. This tag doesn't give me any information about these Boxwoods. Actually, I don't know why I'm even holding this. We're just gonna toss that. 5 through 9, and I believe that they're gonna get on that like 4 to 6 feet range. That tag said 2 to 4 feet, which that can't be right. If it got 2 to 4 feet, that would be ideal for me to use in landscape, but I don't think that's the size that they're going to get at all. And this is a really good time to be planting Boxwoods going into fall and winter time. Really good time to plant them. They'll get more established and be able to put some good root growth on. And also springtime. Boxwoods don't want to be planted middle of summer. They don't want to be trimmed middle of summer. They are a little finicky with it when it comes to that. And with Boxwoods, when you trim on them, if you're trimming on them during the summertime and they get brown leaves, that you're going to have those brown leaves for a very, very long time. So trimming in the fall, anytime it's below like 80 degrees, perfect time to be trimming on your Boxwoods. So you want to always do it, a couple weeks before that summer hits and you get that summer heat of over 80, 90, 100 degrees. And same thing in the wintertime, when you start getting those frost, that's not a good time. So you want to do it a few weeks before that. So going into fall is perfect. What else? This is the start of the Boxwood obsession. I have the 2 Boxwoods here, and I also have one Boxwood topiary that I do plan to get planted here very soon. I might plant it in this video if I can figure out where it's even going to go. We'll see though. I bought that in April, and I bought these Boxwoods way before April. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I bought the Boxwood topiary in April, and I bought those way before that. This is crazy. Let's get these guys planted. I'm not going to put any fertilizer in them. I'm only going to fertilize my Boxwoods probably once a year, and that'll be in the springtime. I'm going to go in with brand new soil in those containers, so there's enough nutrients in there that I really don't think that they need any slow release fertilizer as we're getting out of the growing season. So I'm just going to put those in there with brand new soil and make sure that the drip irrigation continues to work. I said let me show you the Boxwoods, and I didn't even show you. Here they are. They're big. They're huge. The other thing that I wanted to go over with is these are Boxwood Macro, and those are the Boxwoods that you want to buy. Boxwood Macro. You don't want to buy Boxwood Sempervernum. Boxwood Sempervernum is the English Boxwood, and English Boxwood smells so bad. We had one English Boxwood here on the property. When we first moved here, I brought it from our old house. That was like 4 years ago, and it smelled awful. It smells like cat spray. It's not a good smell. You don't want it. We had it by our driveway, so we smelled it every single day. This one does not have that smell to it. You guys can see how kind of woolly it is. And Boxwood Macrophylla, that's the one that doesn't smell bad. It doesn't have a smell to it at all, actually. And it continues to have really nice, like glossy leaf color. So that's the other tip. Boxwood Macrophylla, not Boxwood Sempervernum. Boxwood Sempervernum, you'll end up getting them to a good size that you want, and then they'll start to smell really bad and you'll have to rip it all out. Not worth it. I've done really quickly before we move on is I put the planter of the other boxwood inside this one because I had a hard time filling it up. And then I'm gonna go in and backfill all the edges with the soil really quickly. That way it makes it a lot easier to put this boxwood in here. And then I'm just gonna come in and pull this out, and I have a nice hole that I can just slide the next boxwood in really easily. And then I will be able to just pop the drip in. Let's get the next boxwood in. Those look so nice now. I am so happy to have the boxwoods in here. The grasses are sitting right there. I haven't texted one of the neighbors yet, but I will right now. And I'm happy with this. I think it looks pretty good. I love the green, and it'll be nice to have them be green all winter long. We don't normally have anything in their green. And I will love for these guys to fill out and be really big, kind of take over this whole entire corner just like that. Okay, and then these really quickly are headed over to Ashley's house. They are not going to go to waste, so we're all good there. They're going to head over to her house right now, just loading them up in the wagon, and we're going to go drop them off on her porch. I look like a crazy person. Here we go. I'm so glad to get those boxwoods planted right there. It'll be so nice to have that evergreen interest. I'm gonna go inside. It is windy. You guys can hear the audio. I took my mic off while planting, and I don't want to put it back on. So that is gonna be it for this video, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for coming along with the first of many boxwoods in our new formal cottage garden. I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.